could we be talking about right now one of the best stock hair systems on the market? Well, it's one that I'm wearing right now, so today's video is going to be a thorough, in-depth review of this particular system. And as someone who's tried countless hair systems over the years, today I'm going to be giving you the full breakdown of this one. Now, about 6 months ago, I did a video on this, but without actually trying the system on myself. That's because they didn't have, LaVivid didn't have my color being manufactured at the time. Now they do, and now I'm wearing it. And I've got to say, the color blend is pretty spot on. Now, the system itself is primarily targeted at guys looking for the most realistic appearance when it comes to a hair system, but also comfort as well. So without further ado, we're going to be briefly looking at the features of this particular hair system, and then we're going to be getting up close with mine, just to show you some characteristics which I've been really impressed with so far. So first off, you'll see that it's more expensive than most systems that LaVivid sell. There's a number of reasons for this, but the biggest reason is basically the hair that you get with this is European hair. It's European hair, which is much harder to source, and it's a lot more expensive to source as well, which explains the price point of this particular system. However, with European hair, it's got a lot of benefits to it. I've only actually worn one system prior to this that has European hair. You really notice the difference. Firstly, it doesn't get those sort of gingery undertones after a period of time after you've been washing it with shampoo and conditioner. And the reason for that is because it hasn't been heavily processed. It hasn't been heavily dyed and put in acid baths and this kind of thing. So you won't get that. Also, the quality of the hair. The quality of the hair is much better. It's finer. It's softer. Generally, what you find with most hair systems is they use either Chinese hair or Indian hair, which naturally, by its very nature, is coarser than European hair. Is it more widespread? Yes, but the quality that you get with European hair is, in my experience, a lot better. So let's have a look at, let's scroll down to the actual features itself. As you can see, there's not generally as many colors that you can get with this particular system. That's just because, again, they're not dyeing the hair. They're not processing the hair. So the hair that they do get actually has to match that of the person wearing it because it's not dyed. It's a Swiss lace base. Now, anyone who's sort of new to hair systems, Swiss lace is basically the thinnest type of lace that you can get. It doesn't last as long as a French lace, but it is more comfortable. It's more natural. It gives a more natural appearance. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later in this video. The hair density is 100%. Now, this is perfect if you're in your sort of 20s, 30s, even 40s. I'm 36. I'm going to be 37 later this year. That's terrifying. And I find that anywhere between a 90% to 100% is perfect for that kind of age demographic. As we discussed, it's European hair. This is the best quality that you can get in a hair system. Not only does it not develop those sort of brassy, gingery undertones, it's just softer. It feels better, and it goes with a free hairstyle. Bleach knots, this is super important. Bleach knots, that means that basically at the front of the system, where the hair is knotted to the actual lace, it's been bleached so it looks as if it's coming out of your scalp. We're going to do some close-ups once I've gone through the features. And what you get out of this, and we're going to be testing this, is 4 to 6 months of wear. Now that's a big claim, so I'm really going to test this out. Do you remember about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I got that silk base called the Tyler, and I was like, let's see if they've said we can get 8 to 12 months out of this, and let's see if we can do it. I ended up getting 8 months out of it in the end before I had to retire it. So let's see if this one can match up to the promises as well. So now we're going to do some close-ups because I know that's what you guys want to see. You know, I've basically bigged this up as a really realistic hair system, really natural looking hair system. So let's do a little tester. We're going to look at the frontal hairline. So I'm going to go nice and close to the camera. So you should be able to see that the knots are bleached at the front of the system, which basically makes ideal for if you want to have your hair up in a sort of quiff or your hair exposed. So the first inch of the actual system itself is bleached. So hypothetically, it's supposed to look like it's coming out of the scalp. I suppose my one criticism at this point is it is a little bit thick. At the front of the hair system. In my opinion, if there was a slightly more graduated hairline that gets progressively thicker as you get further back into the system, that gives it that real, truly undetectable feel. Of course, if that's something that you wanted, you could go the custom route and you can basically make a request to get a sort of graduated hairline. So it's a bit thinner at front and then it gets progressively thicker at the back, because that does give the most natural appearance. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It's light. It feels very comfortable to sleep in. I've got tape around the base at the moment. I generally prefer using tape when it's a lace base compared to glue with the poly base. I did a video on that a while ago and explaining my rationale behind that, but I'm perfectly happy having my hair up. I've got some gel in my hair as well at the moment, and I've generally gone for a shorter look this time. So I said to my stylist, I was like, look, I want to have the option of either having my hair up with this or having it down. And the thing is, with the actual length itself, you can go either way. You can have your hair up, you can also have it down. It's great. It's a bit of an all-rounder, which is what I really like. So overall, the pros for the Adrian system is its natural appearance. It's wonderful. It's so easy to wear. It's very lightweight as well. It's nice feeling the breeze in my hair again and my scalp. I haven't worn a lace for ages. And with the length, it's just super easy to style. You don't get any shedding or anything like that. The actual hair is really, really well knotted to the base, and it is just super comfortable. Now, I suppose on the flip side, and it's really important to consider, there is an elevated price when it comes to the Adrian compared to other stock hair systems. But the reason behind that is it's European hair, harder to source, more expensive, but better quality. So in the long run, it'll actually last you longer than pretty much any basic Indian Remy hair system. And another thing to consider, personally, I don't think I'd use glue with this. I think I'd just prefer to use tape. Not that's a problem, I'm fine with tape and glue, but you want to make sure if you are using tape that it's a sort of no shine tape that doesn't effectively reflect, so it kind of has a dull finish. The one that I tend to use is Walker Blue tape. I find it the best for lace-based systems. It's what I'm wearing right now. It's along the front, it's around the sort of edges, and it's through the middle as well. So my final thought on this system, and I want to see this system through 4 to 6 months. So please guys, hold me accountable on that one. But my final thoughts are, if you want a top quality stock system that provides premium comfort and realism, this one is 100% worth considering. If you are interested in it, don't forget, I've negotiated a 15% discount with LaVivid that you guys can use as many times as you like. You can use it buying this system. I even did some maths on it, and with that 15% discount on this particular unit, you will save $70. So it's really an offer that's worth considering. Now, if you're interested in learning a bit more around the base and what the base looks like, check out this video that I made about 6 months ago. Not me actually wearing the system, but just doing a sort of external in-depth review of it. And lastly, let me know in the comments if you're considering buying this system. Have you found it hard to find European hair in the past? This one could be the one for you. Ciao for now, guys. I'll speak to you soon.